BNP Paribas, partenaire des plus belles histoires de Roland-Garros, aux côtés des ramasseurs de balles depuis plus de 50 ans.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to have got through that. Not an easy match, very difficult. The opponent hits a big ball, can take the game out of a lot of people's rackets and hands, and yeah, I'm just happy with my fight more than anything today.
Okay, we'll do Matt first, then Rob, then to mine. So just put your hand up so they can see you.
Hi Emma. Can you just talk us through what kind of physical or health issues you were suffering with, and what the doctor said when they came on, and what they gave you, and how that helped?
Yeah, I think I'm actually really proud of today's match, more so than I think a lot of the matches that I've played recently or in general, because I woke up and I felt really sick, to be honest. I felt bad from the morning, and I was just trying and fighting through that, and it was really difficult. I didn't, in the first set, I just felt it straight away, and it didn't really go away throughout the whole match. So to kind of come through that and overcome, I guess, how I was feeling, I am really happy with, and I didn't let it kind of, it would have been easy to kind of let it drag me down.
Okay, Rob.
Did you consider pulling out? And if not, what got you through those matches? Because you lost the second set and then obviously rallied. So what got you through? What did you draw on?
Yeah, I don't think of pulling out. I think when it comes to retiring in a match, I really think I've done a good job at just pushing through everything, and I'd rather not step on the court in the first place unless it's something really serious. But I think after the second set, I went to the bathroom and I just really regrouped. I was just thinking to try and get off to a good start more than anything in the third, because I knew that would help me keep my spirits up, keep the fight, keep as much energy as I had. And I'm really happy that I was able to do that and then give myself a small cushion at the back end.
Okay, we'll do Hermione, then Neil and Simon.
Emma, well played. I wanted to ask about your forehand. I thought it was great today. And back in Rome, you talked about how you're searching for forehands, and mentally it almost helps you, it feels more dominant in a way. I'm curious just about that mentality, because a lot of players, when they're searching for forehands, it's normally because their backhands aren't as good, right? But your backhand's originally your best shot. So yeah, just curious about that.
Thank you. It's almost as good as your forehand, but no, I think it's just a good development of my game that has kind of come in more recent times. I enjoy looking for it. I enjoy kind of seeing how far, out the center I can kind of run around, and how many backhands I can kind of take as forehands. And I think just in terms of angle, I have a lot more options when I look for a forehand on that middle ball. And yeah, I'm happy with the way that it's come across, and it is, developing into a weapon. So I'm really pleased of that, the work that I've done on it, the work that, that has kind of been started more since Miami, and I'm really committing to the shots. But yeah, growing up, my backhand was always my strongest shot. So I guess the main goal and main objective is to have the best of both worlds.
Okay, we'll do Neil, then Simon, then Matt.
Another update on your medical bulletin. Did you take much medicine? How are you feeling now? And did it take your mind off your back?
No, not really. I think I don't know why, I've struggled today. The last few days, just not really been feeling great, but yeah, I guess I'm managing a few things. But despite all of that, being able to come through against a really tough opponent today, I'm really proud of. So I'm glad I can have some rest and hopefully rest up before playing on Wednesday.
How do you feel now?
I feel better. I had a good amount of food, and I think it was also maybe just, an earlier wake up than usual for me. So maybe my body was just lagging a little bit. And after a good feed and some rest, I hope I'll be okay.
Just pass it back to Simon behind you. He's dying. Yeah.
You're probably not aware, but I think it's the first win by a Brit here for 2 years. You feel like you get the whole group off to a good start with that?
I hope so. Was I the first Brit to play in the tournament? Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I'm glad to kind of get us off to a strong start. Saw Jacob was a set up. He's been doing really well. So rooting for everyone. Katie's about to play. So I think, all of us have been doing really well on the clay this year, and kind of coming through. So I think we will have, a good chance, a good opportunity to do as best as we can. And yeah, I think it's great for British tennis. I think it's great for all of us to kind of have competition and healthy competition, to want to kind of improve and yeah, do better.
Okay, we'll go Matt, Jonathan, then Charlie. Matt?
Hey, Emma. You've got Iga up next. What do you think of when you think of playing Iga at Roland-Garros?
Yeah, I think it's a match for me where I can really test and challenge myself. I think exposure to the top players is great for where I'm at, for my development. I think especially on clay, you know, it's her preferred tournament, probably surface. She's won it like 4 times. So it's a match where I can go out and really just, you know, test myself and go for my shots, because I know that, you know, if I just push the ball, I'm probably going to get eaten. So I need to like hit the ball, and I'm looking forward to that challenge.
Similar question, really. I mean, you've obviously played a couple of times on indoor clay, and you played her in Melbourne. I'm just wondering what the differences are and what you've learned from those experiences that you can take into Wednesday.
Yeah, I feel like Iga's always played really well when we've played, and especially in Australia this year. So I'm looking forward to kind of going out and playing her again. I think in the last month I've made good strides with my game and my mentality as well, big time. So I think this time, yeah, it's great. I get another crack at the best in the world, and I'm looking forward to playing on a big court probably as well.
Okay, we'll have Charlie, and then the gentleman behind Charlie, and then Matt. Charlie?
Hi, Emma, congratulations. Yeah, you mentioned that you obviously, you know, presumably you'll be on one of the biggest courts, most likely Chaque. Today you're on a much smaller court. How do you find that, like adapting? Yeah, you know, do you find that difficult, or are you kind of used to jumping from those sort of venues?
Yeah, I honestly think it's really difficult because the tournament don't really help in terms of getting you court time on the bigger courts, or on like the match courts really. I feel like, I don't know, like certain players get preferred treatment, and I mean, it's very different, like from at the Annex, for example, across the road, or the other courts to then kind of jump onto Chaque or jump onto a stadium. It isn't easy. So you know, I kind of wish they would give us more opportunities on stadium or bigger courts, especially if we're going to play on them. But I think, you know, that court today, it was cute, it was intimate. I like that you can kind of really feel the fans and so the support, because sometimes on a bigger court, if it's not full, it feels a little bit empty. So there, you're right in the thick of it, but there is a lot going on. You know, there's other courts around, there's a lot of noise, there's music, but it was good, I think, for me to stay focused and really centered on the match in front of me. But yeah, it does take a little bit of just adjustment.
Hello, Emma. Przemek Pozowski from Radio Tok FM from Poland. Congratulations for your game, but kind of a follow-up question to Iga, since I'm representing Polish media. We will play her second round, but Iga is a queen of the Paris, but this year everybody knows it's not going so smoothly. Do you feel this is a chance for you to take advantage of it?
Well, I think that, I mean, every week is fresh, and you know, she came through pretty comfortably today, so I think feeling good. And I think like for the slams, it's also completely different. For, you know, those top players, they really kind of turn it on when in the weeks that really matter. So she's a great opponent. I'm not expecting any wavering of level, and you know, given the last times we've played, she's been on every single time. So I think, yeah, it's going to be a really, really difficult match.
You talked at the start of the year about it being an objective of yours to play more tournaments, which you've obviously done. Do you think that you feel some of the benefit of that when you get into these really tight situations, like maybe against Maya in Rome and then here?
Yeah, and I think coming through those situations like really helps future experiences. Like today I was able to draw on that experience in Rome, playing Maya and then also playing Veronica, and I guess I've had a lot more 3-set matches this year and come out successful more than in the past, which gives me more confidence. I think playing more matches has benefited me in a lot of ways, in the sense that I'm not like out of competition for too long, but at the same time, when I play matches, like, or when a lot of people play matches, like I'm really on and really intense, so it does take a lot out of me. And I think finding the perfect balance between, you know, being hungry and being ready to play the tournament, and then also being fit enough, and then at the same time being match fit and point ready, it's a difficult kind of perfect equilibrium to try and find.